Hi, this is Nancy Schick, attorney, mediator, and conflict resolution coach in New York City. My goal is to keep you out of court and build your conflict resolution skills. Obviously, the courts aren't really operating at full effect right now, but they are still open. So it is still my goal to keep you out of there. But I want to go a little bit further into a topic that I spoke about in a prior video about how even I, with all my training, can be an example of what not to do. And I think this is especially important as a lot of you are now working from home for the first time, and maybe you're doing video conferencing and other types of distance learning. I know one of the schools that I do some work for is doing distance learning, and everyone's having to learn very quickly how to use platforms such as Zoom, which is what we're using to record this particular video. So I want to go over some of the tips for you that if this is your first time doing it, and how to keep yourself out of trouble, because just as I talked about in the prior video, we can get very, very comfortable in certain settings. And for those of us who maybe aren't as comfortable working from home, I've been doing it for about 17 years, so I have some experience. But for those of you that this is your first time, you may misstep because you're just too comfortable and you're forgetting that you're still in a professional environment. So my 3 tips for you are, first of all, still dress appropriately. It doesn't mean if you're normally in a suit that you have to get up and put on a suit, but you want to just kind of have your mental shift to, I'm going to work now. So don't sit in your pajamas. You don't know also if you have to maybe get up when you're on an hour-long video call and suddenly you're in your boxer shorts or your underwear or whatever you might be in, pajamas. Then other people are going to see that. So you might forget. Set yourself up for success by wearing appropriate clothing. Number 2, you want to learn the technology that you're using. Most of them have great tutorials. So they have other features in there, like Zoom has and most of the video platforms will have some sort of feature where you can raise your hand if you have a comment to make. There's usually a chat feature. So if you don't necessarily want to speak on camera, but you want to share your thoughts, you can do that. And the tutorials are super easy and wonderful. The third thing is keep it professional. Again, you want to remember that you are in a professional environment and you can still venture into that sexual harassment or hostile work environment even on a video conference call. So you want to avoid all of those kinds of jokes, even though you're sitting at home, possibly in your living room where you'd be having these kinds of conversations with your friends. You're not with your friends, you're still at work. So share your tips for working from home or remotely doing distance learning in the comments below. And again, let's make this your best year yet, despite the coronavirus.